I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding. From the words I spit, so sharp, so freezing. So cold, behold, frostbite they feeling. I could take.
Hello, everyone. Hey, beauties. How's everyone doing? I am so excited to be doing this. So I took a poll thing and I said, should I do True Crime Thursdays? And most people said yes, except for a couple. So we're going to do this. And I don't have much about the case. I'm going to focus on her more today. Mostly because there's not much out there about Christian, but I'm going to do some more research so I can find out more things about him so we can talk about him, because I think he's the one that should be the focus. Obviously, she's the one, in my opinion, who did it. Some people don't think that she did, but I feel like he's the one that should be talked about. He's the one that should be remembered. His legacy, everything about him. I want to find out everything that I can about him. And I chose to do this case probably about 2 to 3 days ago. And I really can't find too much about him. So it's more about her. Obviously, there's more about her on the internet because she was more of a social media figure. So thank you guys all for being here. If you don't know me, my name is Teaya Symone. And we have fun over here. Commentary and makeup. Hold on 1 second. Okay, mommy duty real quick. Okay, so it's more about her, Courtney, because she's a public figure. So we're gonna kind of focus on her a little bit today. So how's everyone doing? Happy Thursday, Friday, technically here. Hey, Magician's Manor. Hey, Leah. Hey, Stranger. Felon Peas. Oh, and another thing too, which I have to email Charlotte because coincidentally, I was watching her today because I was like, because I love watching her coverage on Kitty Joy, and she covered this case too. And I was trying to get a hold of her because I don't mean any disrespect to her, and I didn't want her to think. I tried to get a hold of her on Twitter, but there's no way to message her on Twitter. So somebody did give me her email, but I was already about to go live, but I didn't want her to think that I was disrespecting her in any way, because things like that have been done to me. So I just don't want her to think that. I've been talking about this case for a while, so I just wanted her to know that. Hey, Sweet Felon Sherry. Hey, Heather's Haven. Hey, Glamma D. Green Eyes. Hey, Goose. Hey, True Crime Connection. Sparkle. Jersey. Green Eyes. I like that name. Brittany. Cindy. Princess Chicken. Mrs. Bermudez. Raquel. Tio's Nini. Hey, Nikki 38. Hey, Anastasia. Pink Phoenix. B. Crunk. SB. Melody. Two Skulls, One Swing. Vito's Mama. The Best Mama Bear, Sandy. Rhonda. Thank you guys all so much for being here. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to take a break from Katie Joy today. Hey, Carols. Vito's Mama. I'm just scrolling up. Hey, Objection Trickery. Okay, Princess Chicken Felon. I don't know if I missed you. And Pink Phoenix. Nancy. All right, you guys. So we're going to focus more on her today. There's a couple things that I want to show you guys and then just get your opinion. And then we will continue with this case every Thursday. And if you guys have any cases that you are interested in, preferably more cases that focus more on minorities, you can message me, email me, whatever. It doesn't have to be focused on minorities, but I do want to talk about like missing Indigenous women, more minority focused because of the coverage that minorities get. If that's there's a woman, and I think I'm going to be covering her case as well. Her husband murdered her, and I think they had 5 or 6 kids together, and the kids as well. It's a sad case. Like I said, I don't know how people do true crime. It's not easy at all. So let's talk about Courtney Tailor Clenney. Hey, Brittany. Representation matters. Absolutely. So it's Courtney Tailor Clenney. She has 2 million followers on IG. She is also an OnlyFans person, whatever, which I'm not knocking OnlyFans. You can make a lot of money on OnlyFans. There's women who just show their feet and get paid millions of dollars on OnlyFans. That's another story for a different day. And she, let's see here. I want to show you guys some stuff, but she was 26 years old. Her birthday is April 21st. She was born in 1996 in Midland, Texas. She started acting at the age of 13 years old. So basically, the girl always wanted to be famous. Okay. Well, congratulations. You're now famous. You're now more famous than you could ever imagine. Okay. So I'm going to pull up something real quick. Yes, only their feet. I will do a video about this. There is a girl on OnlyFans who gets paid like thousands of dollars. I think her revenue, she makes like almost $1 million a year just showing her feet and pretending like she's a giant and walking on people. It's crazy, you guys. And she makes so much money on OnlyFans. Okay, let me pull this up real quick and you're going to hear silence while I pull it up.
keep his family in your...
My bad. I have so many screen recordings of her. Hold on.
OnlyFans. You got like 1 million followers or something?
2 million. Living.
Okay, so this is an interview that I found with Courtney. Yeah, not KJ. Let's take a break from her today, okay? I don't want to even hear. Ugh, yuck. Yeah, we'll talk about her tomorrow. But this is an interview that I found. Dave, you crack me. You guys crack me. Damn it. We can't escape. Oh, I love you guys. You guys crack me up. All right. Thank you for the break. Exactly. We're tired of her now. Let's focus on something else. Okay. So this is an interview that I found with Courtney, and this is just her. I think this is a podcast, but they do have it on Get Out. Oh my God. They do have this podcast, I think, on YouTube, and they were interviewing her. And this is just giving you guys a little example of who she is, how she is. And I think she talks about her preferences here. And I just wanted you guys to see this. And what channel is this from? I don't freaking know. I wrote it down in my notes somewhere. I have a lot of coverage to do on this case. And I like my coverage to be thorough. So the credit is from Xoxo Crime Girl. And I will put her channel, excuse me, in the description. So let's take this off. You guys are so funny.
Living.
OnlyFans. You got like 1 million followers or something?
2 million.
Damn. You look like the type of girl that only dates like rich guys. Is that true?
No, that's not true. I only date black guys. Especially black guys. Especially black guys. Let me clarify. I only date rich black guys.
Okay, rich black guys. There we go. And you know you're toxic.
Yeah.
You can tell she like black guys.
Can I just say something here? Can I just say something here? It really bothers me when people, I guess it's okay for everyone to have a preference. I get that. But I don't like it when it's done by any race. Like, you will never hear me say as a black woman that I only like white guys. Okay. People actually used to say that to me because from a lot of people don't know this because it's not a big factor, but my son from a previous relationship, his father is white. And a lot of people used to say that to me. They used to say, oh, you only like white guys. No, he just happens to be white. You know what I'm saying? So I hate that when you limit yourself to only one race. It looks really bad. It's okay to say that your preference is something, but to sit there and say that you only like a race, you're limiting yourself from meeting someone amazing just because you're only focusing on one race. There's nothing wrong with saying, I like all races. That's just me. Everyone's different. You can say, I have a preference for black guys, but I don't care who I date, as long as you're great. And I damn sure I am all for hypergamy and all that kind of stuff. I'm all for that. It's great to want to have someone who is successful. But to me, in my opinion, you should have something more to offer to that successful man than just your looks. And she's doing her thing here, she was doing her thing here on OnlyFans and Instagram. She has millions of followers and all that kind of stuff. But my question is, I always wonder with these women, you know, I get it, flaunt it, you got it. That's great. You have a nice body, all of that stuff. But what's going to happen when all of these things fade? So it's always good to have like a goal in mind and what you're looking for and the type of man that you're looking for. But just make sure that if you're walking around saying that you want a successful, rich man, that you have something to offer, that you have something to bring to the table as well. So,
Especially black guys. For all you watching, I'm with it. Do you like to be fully controlled, or do you?
I like to be submissive, but yeah, in the bedroom.
Yes.
But like in my life, I don't like anybody to tell me what to do.
So you only want them to tell you what to do in the bedroom. Other than that, you don't want them to tell you anything.
Right. That's exactly it. Yes.
So that sounds like you're a control freak with your relationships. Be careful with this one. She's gonna boss you around like
Exactly.
Sweet toxicity.
So you only date rich black guys. So like, have you ever dated like any politicians or only like rappers or athletes, or what kind of rich black guys?
No dope boys, no politicians.
Just strictly athletes?
I mean, well, you know, dabble here, dabble there, a little bit.
Have you ever dated any celebrities?
Dated? Well, I mean, yes.
What celebrities have you dated?
Just like athletes. Jermichael Finley, but don't look him up. Don't look him up. Don't look him up because it's gonna make me look really bad.
How much do you make a month?
A lot.
Yeah, we make good money.
Like you make 6 figures a year.
Multiple six.
so as you can see, trifling. As you can see, she's different. She's very pretty, very, very pretty. I just don't like that whole, I don't like her attitude. I think that's great that she makes 6 figures. That's amazing. Like I told you, you can go to OnlyFans and it doesn't have to be, but let's just be real here. Most people on OnlyFans, they are on OnlyFans for the money and they're going to do whatever it takes to make money, right? So that's understandable. I think that's great that she was obviously is, well, we don't know about now, but very successful. So I'm going to show you guys a couple other things that I found. She seems very, she doesn't seem like a classy woman to me. Everybody has their own preference and idea of, you know, what they're looking for in a man, you know, or in a woman. But in my opinion, just her whole demeanor, you can really tell what type of woman she is. So another rumor that I don't think a lot of people know about her, which I don't care to say this. Me too, Sparkle. Me too. I don't care to say this because it seems as though she has been wanting to be famous ever since she was 13. And she ended up being an extra in G-Eazy's video, and it's called Me, Myself, and I. She was an extra, and there was a rumor going around that she smashed that she smashed G-Eazy. So I'm gonna pull something else up real quick.
Let me just explain this question real quick.
So this is when she was a little bit younger. I don't know if it was prior to, which I'm going to go ahead and say that this was after. She's after this interview or before the interview where she said that she only likes black men, because in this interview the question was, did you smash G-Eazy? And here is her answer.
Let me just explain this question real quick. I was in a music video called Me, Myself, and I by G-Eazy, and I don't know, I guess when I took a picture with him, people just assumed that you gotta slut it up if you meet someone famous.
Anyway, shortly after those cameos, Courtney, she would move from Texas to Los Angeles to make a career for herself in the world of entertainment.
I'm sure you guys all know that channel. But anyway, she didn't really admit it, but she really didn't deny it either. I thought that was very interesting because I think it kind of shows her character, but she was young. She was very young. But anyway, moving on. So it was on April 2022 in Miami, beautiful apartments, luxury apartments, and she lives with her boyfriend, and I don't want to butcher the last name, so let me pull it up just so I make sure that I say it right. It is Christian Obumseli. Hopefully I said that right. Christian Obumseli. Obumseli, maybe. I may be saying it wrong. But anyway, they were in a relationship for 2 years, and a violent relationship from what I researched. Most of their friends say that they seen her hit him a lot. They seen her constantly hitting them. It was a very toxic relationship, and she hit him like he never put his hands on her. And obviously you guys have seen the recent footage. So I'm going to bring something up, and it's an article that I found that I would like to share with you guys. Okay, so I'm not going to show the elevator yet, but it says tumultuous relationship led to fatal Miami stabbing by OnlyFans model and state attorney, of course. And can you guys hear me? Make sure I'm not on mute. Okay, just making sure. Okay, an OnlyFans model and her boyfriend had been involved in a I can never pronounce that word. They were in a very toxic relationship with neighbors in their Miami high-rise, complaining of loud fights and a violent elevator encounter caught on camera in the months before she falsely stabbed him, authorities said Thursday. Courtney Clenney, 26, was arrested in Hawaii Wednesday and is expected to be extradited to Miami-Dade to face second-degree murder charges in the April 3rd killing of 27-year-old Christian Toby Obumseli. At a news conference Thursday, Miami-Dade State Attorney Catherine Fernandez Rundle outlined the charges against Clenney, who went by the name Courtney Tailor on social media, including OnlyFans, and has more than 2 million Instagram followers. Fernandez Rundle said Clenney and Obumseli had been involved in an extremely tumultuous and combative relationship since November 2020, and that Obumseli was a victim of DV. This is her picture, of course. She ain't looking too good there. But anyway, an arrest warrant said Clenney had been arrested in Las Vegas in July 2021 for domestic battery on Obumseli in their hotel. The violent and toxic 2-year relationship of Christian Obumseli and Courtney Clenney. Hold on. Okay. Did not have to end in tragedy with Christian's murder as a victim of DV, Fernandez Rundle said. The two had moved to South Florida from Texas in January 2020 and took up residence in the luxury One Persona, Pirisoa, whatever, condo building in Edgewater. Shortly after they moved in, security and building staff began documenting several incidents of loud arguments between the couple, with other tenants complaining about the noises, including 2 floors above them, Fernandez said. Showed surveillance footage of the couple engaged in a violent encounter in the building's elevator on February 21st, about a month after they moved in. It certainly appears that the defendant was aggressively attacking Christian, Fernandez said. So this is, I don't know if I can play it.
The Hot Tub and Swim Spa Blowout Expo is at the 356th National Guard Armory, Fort Lauderdale, this Friday through Sunday. Shop a large selection of major brand quality hot tubs and swim spas and choose the right fit for your family. Many models ready for immediate enjoyment. Save thousands.
First 2022 incident a month after the couple moved into the building. So let's play that video if we could now. If you look at either screen, you will now see the video.
I want to do a trigger warning. Oh yeah, sorry you guys about the hot tub, but yeah, I do need a hot tub too. I want to do a trigger warning. I'm going to put this up because it's triggering for me to watch. So I know it's going to be triggering for others. I've been in a very violent relationship when I was younger. So I just want to do a trigger warning just to let you guys know that this can be triggering. So if you don't, thank you, Be Crunk. If you don't want to watch this, just, go out for a minute because it's hard to see this.
That's them entering their apartment. You can see, you will draw your own conclusion, but it certainly appears that the defendant was aggressively attacking Christian.
That was really hard to see, and that's okay. Thank you, B. Crunk. Thank you, guys. It's hard to see, and I think it's really, really interesting, you guys. Not interesting, but almost shocking how it's starting to happen more now, where I think the Johnny Depp case, I don't think people realize the importance of that case and how important it was that that case was public, because it really, really shows how it's not, we just have this whole, there's a stigma to where we think that you're welcome, B. Crunk. It's a whole stigma to where we think that it's only women, that only women can go through these types of things. And we don't think about a man going through these types of things, whether it's verbally or physically. He did not put his hands on her, not even once. not to defend himself. He didn't push her. He didn't do anything. All he tried to do was stop her from hitting him, from putting her hands on him. And I feel like that speaks volumes. And I think one of the things that makes me very, very mad about this case, yes, absolutely. But I think there's a stigma to where it's very less likely that we believe men, because we look at men, they're technically supposed to be more stronger than women. And so we look at men like, how can a woman hurt you? You're a man. You know what I'm saying? There's a huge stigma around it. And we really got a chance to see in the Johnny Depp case that that's not necessarily so. Like, I think Johnny Depp was he was definitely went through DV with Amber Heard. And I'm glad that that case was public, because it kind of forced America, well, all over, but it forced us all to see that a woman can and is perfectly capable of abusing a man. There is no gender bias when it comes to DV. So that's why I feel like it's so hard to watch that, because she made it seem like she did that to him, which I'm going to pull up something else, but she did that to him because the reason why she stabbed him was to protect herself. She was defending herself. Basically, that was her excuse. My only problem with this case is what took them so long. This happened in April, and it took them all the way until August to arrest her. I think it should have happened way sooner. And let's be real here, you guys. If this girl wasn't blonde and very cute with 2 million IG followers, would we even give a shit about this case? Let's just say, would the media care about this case? Probably not. This case would not be as talked about if this was different. Okay. So I think just her being blonde and pretty, that's the only reason why this case is so well known and so many people are talking about it. And then also because now it's very, very obvious that she was the aggressor in this relationship, and most of their friends attest to that as well. Yeah, the media would not care, in my opinion, if she wasn't blonde and pretty. That's just my opinion. So I'm going to take you back to the beginning for a minute. Like I said, there isn't much to cover, but I want to focus more on him. So I'm trying to find out everything that I can about him, because I feel like he needs to be more talked about and not her. So many people are talking about her. I want to talk about him because he is the victim and he's gone now. May God rest his soul. And God bless his family. My heart and prayers go out to his family. Obviously, it's a huge loss. All of his friends say that he was the most kindest, patient man ever. And then you have some toxic, whatever, some toxic little fucking Jezebel. There you go. Jezebel ruined his life and now he's gone, you know? So I'm going to pull up one more thing. 1 second. this was when this first happened, and this is when she was being arrested, and then they let her go for whatever reason.
I don't like foundation that feels dry in my skin. So I'm going to show you how you could use a foundation that actually...
New developments in a bloody stabbing death in a Miami high-rise.
A man working in the growing cryptocurrency industry found dead inside his home, and his girlfriend, an Instagram star, seen covered in blood. Local 10's Alex Finney, live of what she's learned so far. Alex.
And so Nicole and Louie, we just finished speaking with the family of Christian Obumseli. They just finished speaking with the state attorney's office here and remain confident in this investigation. But we also want to show you now, pivoting just a little bit back to the scene, that video that we actually got from TMZ showing a bloody 25-year-old Courtney Clenney, that Instagram star that you just mentioned there, moments after her boyfriend was stabbed to death. Now, police say that Clenney was in fact the one that stabbed 27-year-old Christian Obumseli to death inside their Miami apartment. This is right off of 7th Avenue. He was stabbed in the shoulder and later died at the hospital. Now, it's a really, really interesting story here because you have a lot of different details, a lot of different sides. Friends that were close to the couple say that their relationship, it was tumultuous, it was violent. Some say that she was the aggressor and that she suffers from mental illness. Now, a neighbor that we also spoke with this past week says that he was. We know Clenney in this instance, she is claiming self-defense. She actually had to be Baker acted after being brought in for questioning because she was threatening to kill herself. We spoke with the victim's family again just a few moments ago. They tell us that there is just no way that Obumseli put his hands on her. Take a listen.
Devastation doesn't quite describe what my family is experiencing right now. Yesterday, we finally told our 93-year-old grandmother that her grandson, who was expected to come home to Texas to visit for his 28th birthday, will no longer or ever be returning home. We have not had an opportunity to even start to grieve the loss of our family, of our brother, cousin, son.
Now, Clenney's attorney, Frank Prieto, sent our station this statement saying here, clearly, none of this was intended, and Courtney is struggling mentally with the aftermath of what occurred that evening. This is a tragedy for all involved, but it was not criminal conduct. Courtney was defending herself, and the investigation will reveal exactly that. Now, at this point, still no charges have been filed in this case. We will continue to follow that for you. For now, this is the very latest, live right outside of the state attorney's office in Miami. Alex Finney, Local 10
Tragic
News.
situation. All right, thank you, Alex.
I wanted to show you guys the beginning. Obviously, now she's charged. But here's, like I said, here's my problem with this. I just don't understand why it took them so long. You know, and I know investigations take a little bit, but I just feel like it shouldn't have taken as long as it did for them to do something. That's just my opinion. But there are a lot of people who do think that this was self-defense. So if you do think it's self-defense, be honest. Like, there's no judgment here in this chat. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. If you do think that she did, or that she did this on self-defense, put a 1. And I'm going to pull up what happened now. If you feel like it's something that she did and it wasn't self-defense, put a 2. Everybody has a two? Well, that's my opinion too. I know that there are some people, just like with Amber Heard. I didn't start getting into that whole trial. That trial was just wow. But anyway, I didn't start getting into that until the middle. So everyone else was all caught up, and I'm just like, what's going on? So I had to watch everything from the very beginning. And I did do a video on it, and there were people in my chat that were like, no, Johnny Depp is toxic, he's this, he's that, blah 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 blah. Like, I don't understand. I feel like some people can't get out of that mindset of a man can be in a DV situation, and a lot of people believed that Johnny Depp was the one who was the aggressor. And I completely disagree. All of those recordings, like those recordings of Amber Heard triggered me, okay, of the mental and verbal abuse that she inflicted upon Johnny Depp. So it happens, and it happens more every single day. And unfortunately, yes, Amber, oh my God, yes, she was. Heather Smith, yes. But it's happening more and more. And unfortunately, in Christian's case, he's gone now, and it's so sad. It's very, very heartbreaking that it had to end this way, because he was obviously in, or even with Dre McCray and Vaughn. In a lot of ways, I really do feel like he was in a very toxic relationship with her. That's just my opinion. Do I think that it may have been as bad as this? Maybe not. But where is Vaughn at right now? In a coma, fighting for his life. Okay? It's happening more and more, and it's ending tragically. And it's because I feel like it's harder for men to come out and say, I'm in a DV relationship. It's harder for men. They don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to say, oh, I'm being, abused by my woman. You know what I'm saying? Because then people are probably going to look at them, not believe them, because there's this huge stigma. What? It could be private?
I'm talking to myself.
Oh, there's this huge stigma. If you're talking, of course I'm going to listen to you. There's this huge stigma where you think that men don't get abused. So it's less likely for men to come out and say, I'm in a situation like that. And I really do feel like that. Who liked the life with her? Vaughn? That's what I'm saying. That's another prime example. It's another prime example of he was in a very, very toxic relationship, in my opinion, and there was no way out for him. He probably felt that there was no way out. Oh, I agree. People right away think men are weak. If they speak. Exactly. It's not as, there's just more men are less likely to speak if they're in that type of relationship, in my opinion. Oh, I do believe he did, but he had no phone. He had no car. He was in a very toxic situation. He was isolated from his whole entire family. In no way do I think that Vaughn, I think in the beginning, he was very happy. But I think once he started getting older and realizing the type of relationship that he was in, I don't feel that he was happy. And I do feel that he wanted out. But it's hard when you don't have a car, you don't have any family around you, and you're completely isolated. So it's harder for men to reach out because there are places that you can go. And I will put all that information in my description. There are places that you can go, but I just feel that it's less likely for men to do that than women. And that's why I think in a lot of ways it's starting to turn tragically for men because they're too afraid to speak out. They're too afraid of how they're going to be looked at. They're too afraid that they're not going to be believed. Now, women, I was always afraid when I was younger that I wouldn't be believed. You know what I'm saying? Women already feel that way. Imagine how men feel. So that was always my issue when it comes to DV relationships. It's just there's just this huge stigma around men, and what I'm starting to notice is that it's ending tragically for men. Thank God, not with Johnny Depp, but as I'm, with the Dre McCray and Vaughn situation, and this one, I just feel like everywhere it's starting to be more. Hopefully, I feel like Johnny Depp and that whole trial broke that stigma to where people know that there is no gender bias when it comes to DV, but there's still a huge stigma around it, because I wish that even their friends, even Christian's friends, her friends say that it was a very 2-year toxic relationship. And even their friends say they always seen her, Courtney, as the aggressor, right? They always seen her as the aggressor. And I just wish that he could have just left or, sought help. He may have tried to leave. We don't know his situation. And I'm going to do whatever I can to try to figure that out. Like, did he try to leave? Who knows? Some people get in these types of relationships and they think it's normal. Some people act as though it's cute. You have some girls that brag about this shit. They'll be like, oh, my man don't play with me. He knows I have a bad temper, blah, 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 blah. It's not a joke, though. It's not a joke. But there are some people who make jokes out of it. I feel like there's a lot of people out there, especially younger people, who think that that's normal to be in those types of relationships. And that's not normal. What we've seen in the elevator, that's not normal. That's not normal. To put your hands, you should never put your hands on anyone, period. And my mother always told me that, because my mother looked at it this way. Not only was my mother, I'm the only girl. I'm the baby. I have 2 older brothers, okay? And when I used to hit them, my mom used to always say to me, don't put your hands on someone if you don't want to get hit back. And automatically as a girl, you're like, no, I'm a girl. He can't. No, you don't put your hands on no one. No one, period. Don't think just because you're a woman that you can go around hitting people or hitting your man and think that that's okay. Because in my opinion, it's not. Everyone has their own opinion. I don't think it's right to put your hands on anybody. And because my mom was raising 2 boys, my middle brother, he's the middle child. When he was younger, this girl in school kept hitting him. And one day, I think she liked him, but she kept hitting him. My mom told me the story. And one day he came home and my brother had scratches all over his face. And it was because this girl kept hitting him and she scratched his face up, and he didn't do anything to defend himself. So my mom had to raise her boys to know how to protect themselves no matter what, but especially if you're being hit by a woman. You have a right to defend yourself no matter what. Now, that's just my opinion. Everybody's opinion is different. Or Tosh washed at that. She would dose his food and video after his dinner where he is super relaxed and wanting cuddles. In my opinion, it's not because he wanted off camera. It's because he was dosed up. Probably. There's a lot of different reasons. Like I said, in my opinion, he was definitely in a very toxic relationship, and I do believe that he wanted out. But I just believe he may have thought he has no way out. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. But I'm going to show this one last thing here.
You taking the time to talk about this. So I want to start right now with, let's say this goes to trial. Let's say she's convicted. Can she face a life sentence? Because I'm a little confused with second-degree murder. That is not automatically a life sentence, if I'm understanding that correctly, based on Florida law. Is there a range? Are there options here by which a judge could ultimately determine what the appropriate punishment would be?
There are, and different states have different ranges, different degrees, different classifications of these offenses. In Florida, a first-degree murder would have a definite term of life, but we're talking about something less than that definite. So we're talking 25 to life as a potential. We're talking about a range that could go from the bottom of a pretty serious sentence all the way to the most serious. Obviously, they're not discussing anything about a death penalty because those circumstances aren't on the table. But it sounds like because of the degree of murder, that there is a range of most likely 25 to life that's on the table as a potential.
And support for Sidebar is brought to you by Manscaped, which is the go-to line for men's grooming products.
I just wanted to show you guys what that attorney said. I will put everything in the description below. Good night, Be Crunk. Thank you so much for being here, sweetie. But I know that it's very strict in Florida. As far as like how, don't they have like the stand your ground law in Florida, if I'm not mistaken? I don't know, but I do know that it's very strict in Florida. Now, in my opinion, because it makes me mad that this whole thing even happened. But in my opinion, do I think she should get life? Yes. But do I think she's going to get life? No, I don't. Because for one, she does have, okay, Florida does felony, Melanie. Okay. Because I don't know. She has like mental problems. Okay. I think they said that she has bipolar. So she does obviously have some mental problems. So therefore, I think that they're going to look at that before sentencing her. So I don't think that she is going to get life. But do I think that she should? I'm in Ohio too. 2 skulls, 1 swing. Never change, you guys. Y'all are amazing, and we need people like you guys in this world. So much hate, and it makes it nice to know there's still amazing souls here on earth. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, Be Crunk. I appreciate that. I didn't even think that that I was going to have the turnout that I had. So I thank you guys so much for being here. There is one more thing that I want to show you. I will keep up on this case and I will continue to talk about it. I don't like how long they waited. I feel like it should have been taken more seriously from the beginning. And that's why she was able to go to Hawaii. And there's a reason why she went to Hawaii, because if there's something where I'm pretty sure, I think it was Goose who told me this too, that in Hawaii, it's hard to expedite someone back to the States, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. There's a reason why she went to Hawaii, right? Her relaxing and having drinks with her dad after. Thank you, Heather. So are you, sweetie. She pleaded insanity. Oh, did she? Oh, thank you, Mrs. Bermudez. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you, Sparkle. She deserves life in prison, in my opinion. I agree. I didn't know she pleaded insanity, though. Yes, protect the extradition. That's what I thought. I know that there was a reason why she went to Hawaii. And I feel like she wouldn't have been able to go to Hawaii if they would have done something about it, if that makes sense. Like, it shouldn't have taken from April to August for them to arrest her. You know, it doesn't, well, sometimes it takes a little bit for investigations. That's why when it comes to even the Justice for Vaughn story, people don't understand. Nothing's being done right now, especially the idiot, Katie Joy. You think that she would know these types of things, but obviously she doesn't. It takes time, you guys, for these types of things. It takes time for them to find the things that they have to find. I totally understand that. But when it comes to this, when you're interviewing friends and they're saying that she was the aggressor, she was the one who always put her hands on him, what took you so long? From August or from April all the way to August. That's off to me. I don't like that. That's terrible. She went to Hawaii for a reason. Yeah, I think she went to Hawaii because if I'm not mistaken, the law in Hawaii is that she can't be extradited or something. But I think she voluntarily came back, if I'm not mistaken. After 24 hours of the murder, they said they were saying self-defense. Right. She was saying self-defense, but then they were interviewing friends of both of them, mutual friends. Well, they're friends, and they were literally saying there's no way because she was always the aggressor. They said she had problems, she had a bad temper. She was the one who was always putting her hands on him. There was one person, okay? And as a matter of fact, you guys, they were about to get evicted, okay? Because of all of the noise that they were making in the apartment building. They were actually about to get evicted prior to this happening. I think it said, and I actually have notes here where it said, yes, the landlord was planning to evict them a week prior to it happening because of all the noise that was going on in their apartment. So I could just imagine all of the stuff that was going on. She said in an interview that she only dates Black men who are rich. Red flags. But I guarantee now she's going to play the poor little blonde white girl. I agree, Vivi. And I played that. Go back. And I played that on the interview. And I'm going to show you guys one more thing. So obviously, this is not me doing commentary. This is true crime. So it's not going to be as long live streams, but I'm happy to be here with you guys. I love being here with you guys. I'm going to pull this up real quick.
Hi. It's bright in here. Hi.
70% of people shower from.
I want to show you guys something else, but the reason why I have that pulled up is because that was a day before she murdered her boyfriend. But I want to show you guys how ratchet she is. Okay. So I'm sorry. Like, it is what it is. I call shit as I see it. So hold on. Okay. So the reason why I wanted to show this is because I thought this was very brave of this girl. She confronted her, which I thought was really interesting. I'm going to show you guys a couple more things, but this is something that I had pulled up as well. So watch this.
That's brother. Yeah, and they're seeking justice. Yeah,
What?
I'll videotape her. Right now, you should go. Yeah, you should go. Because you just killed my boyfriend. Yeah, you did. Yeah, and yeah. Yeah, okay, cool.
This girl confronted her in a lobby and she told her, "Get the fuck out of here. You killed your boyfriend." And it's not funny, but in the same sense, bravo to that girl. I don't care what anybody says. She did this, and it's sad. It's very, very sad. I wish that Christian could have sought help, that he could have sought help. But like I said, there's this huge stigma, and he probably thought that it was normal to be with a girl like this. I really, really do. So hold on, pull up one more thing, two more things, three, whatever.
Can you not hear me now?
You guys, this is in IG live. This is kind of her just, when we do IG shit. Except for everybody's different. But this is an IG live that she did. I don't think it was too long ago, but it just gives you a little glimpse of her personality and the way that she is.
Okay, guys, ask me a question. And then if you want me to go on live, I lost all my nails. I started getting Gel X. I was going to say, ask me a question for OF later. So do that. But, or like on my last post, because I'm not going to see it like on here. So just like, if you have a question for me, go post it on my last post, because I'm going to do an OF live later. Anyway, what I was saying was my nails, bruh, what the fuck? Okay. Let me tell you a little story. So my one of my middle fingers is this one. This one got like fully ripped off. So this nail got fully ripped off. It hurts. It still hurts like when I tap it like this. It still hurts so bad. But I found out about something called Gel X. So it's an acrylic nails that I've been getting since I was like 15, which is like what damaged my nails. So I got Gel X. It's basically just like painting stuff on your nails and then just like painting like a glue on it. It's basically like a press-on nail, but way more expensive. But it's better for your nails. So I've been doing that for like 2 months and my nail has been growing back. Thank goodness. I was literally looking up like nail transplants, guys. Like for real, looking up nail transplants. Because I was like, if plastic surgery can like make bigger boobs and bigger butts, they can damn sure give me a nail. No? That's actually not a thing. So I actually like freaked out and lost hope for a minute. I was like, damn, I'm not going to have a nail for the rest of my life. And this is a bitch who gets like long nails. I was very scared. Anyway, so I found out about Gel X. You do this like different kind of like nail extension. Pops off like easy as hell. Very, very easy. But like it's way healthier for your nail. So I'm missing about 3. 1, 2, 3. Yep, 3. But I'm not pissed about it. Do you support the police? I've actually yes, I do. I do. I think a lot of times they don't do their job. For sure. In my experience, I've not been helped by them. But I think for sure they typically do their job. And it shouldn't I don't know. I did go to Lake Travis. Cut my nails and keep them short. Wait, hold on. Who's that? I would love that. Am I going to go to a broadcast live on OF soon? Yes, I'm going to do it tonight. That's what I'm saying. I need to get some like dirty questions to answer tonight, but I'm going to do something else. TV guy, Rick. Man, I gotta click on your profile. I don't know what name it is. Okay. Where do I see myself in 5 years? That's a good question. Okay. I see myself with say 2 children. I'd say at least 1 kid. In like 5 years, I want 1 kid. Should I have a daughter or a son? I want like a kid. A few houses, business going on. Probably not OF, but we'll see. Coldest on the gram. Listen to what he says. Coldest on the gram. I do have OnlyFans. Yeah, go to my bio, babe. You just said like separate. Man, if that's how you're like going about it, like you're missing out. Come on. Ask me, Kovash, would you put a bong up your hole and smoke it? So this is why I need to read questions before I read them out loud. No. I don't know how you could do that, but I think maybe no. Starring Sal said, how old is she? I am 25. Do you need a boyfriend? No, you don't. Summer plans are, so I've been out of the gym for like 3 months. My booty is kaput, okay? It's gone. It's fucking gone. So, but look, hold up. Let me show you something. I guess like the light is not giving it to me, but like I got like a good little waist now. I got great abs right now. My butt just like disappeared. So, summer plans, building my butt back up so that I can be myself again. Because I don't have a shelf anymore, guys. Like, I honestly don't. I don't. It's like angles, you know? So, I'm going to get that back going on. And then, I mean, this is my first, like, summer in Miami. So, I'm really excited. The girls here, like, that I know are, like, hot as fuck. They do, like, the same shit as I do. Or, like, they do, like, better stuff, like podcasts or whatever. So, that's, like, my plan for the summer is just, like, hang out with them, make content with them, work out, go to the beach, live my life because I'm blessed. You know, that's my plan. You are more than your body. Yes. I love that comment. Let me screenshot that shit. Yeah. Thank you. I agree with you. Boobs on point. Thank you. I almost got another boob job, but I didn't do it because, you know, I just rather go to the gym. It's unnecessary. Somebody said, why have you had so much work done? A year ago, you looked like such a natural beauty. Usually I wouldn't like say answer anything like this, but I feel like it's necessary. So much work done. ¿Qué? What? So much work done. I haven't had so much work done. Listen, this little filter thing is fixing all the things the work that I would have had done. I don't need that shit. Okay. So, yeah. My nose could be a little smaller. This filter fixes it. My jaw could be a little smaller. Filter fixes it, honey. Well, I mean, there's like one thing, but like, come on now. Go to my OF to talk about that. But like, honestly, it's not surprising. Come on now. He said no more boob jobs. Absolutely not. Damn, there's some mean ass people on here. What the fuck?
Everything that you guys are saying is spot on, 100%. And here's the thing. I think it's very, very important to make sure that you are guiding your daughters in the right direction and guiding your sons in the right direction, because today's youth, today's generation is all about materialistic things, and they are very vain, like the Kardashians. And I know that some people may disagree with me on this, but I really do feel like the Kardashians they're a big part of why our generation is so obsessed with looks. Like, it is absolutely ridiculous. Yes. Do I like to do my makeup? Well, of course. I'm an artist. That's what I like to do. But I don't look at myself in the mirror and say, my nose could be smaller, my lips could be smaller. No, those aren't things that I do, or my butt could be bigger. I don't, of course, if is there things about me that I would want to change? Of course, everybody, there's things about them that they would want to change. But I feel like it's all about this whole trend of, the big booties, like basically looking like a brat doll. Okay. You literally today, to fit in with these whole standards of what looks good, and especially when you go to Miami, I'm not even gonna lie, it's big in Miami, where it's like a brat doll. It's small waist, big booty, the perfect size thighs, beautiful voluptuous lips. Look at her, bigger breast. It's not attainable, okay? Because no matter how much plastic surgery you get, no matter how hard or how much you spend to reach that point of perfection, it's never enough. Botox, fillers, all of these types of things, no matter how much you try to get that perfection, you're never going to seek it, because most people that try to seek these things and try to be like the Kardashians, they're not happy within themselves. The Kardashians are not perfect. I don't even think they're pretty anymore. The only person that I think is pretty is Courtney and Kendall. Okay? Even Kylie Jenner. That girl got plastic surgery at the age of freaking 16, 17 years old. Now imagine how she's going to look when she's in her 50s, in her 40s. Okay? I'm just saying that there's this whole look of like the Kardashians is not attainable. It's not real. Okay? And it's not reality. It's not reality. It is an illusion. And more beautiful bodies need to be embraced, but you've seen her right here. She is the classic version of a wannabe Kardashian, where you have a filter on your face because you can't let people see what you truly look like. We've seen a video, the video that I showed you guys in the beginning, when they were asking her if she smashed G-Eazy. That was more her natural look. And you can tell, look at her back then, look at her now. She looks completely different. The more money you get, the more you try to get that perfect look. But no matter how hard you strive to get that perfect look, it's never going to happen. It's this whole standard of how women are supposed to look. Okay. And it's this whole idealistic phase of thinking that you're going to reach perfection. But no matter what, looks are always changing, right? Trends are always changing. Like now, it's starting to be where looking like a brat doll is not necessarily in. If you notice, Kim Kardashian, she literally got a butt reduction. I think she may have gotten her BBL. I think she got that taken out or something because it looks a hot mess. It looks a hot mess. This is not your, and I'm not against plastic surgery in any way, shape, or form. I'm not against it, but I am against it when you're constantly trying to reach perfection that doesn't exist. And then you have, especially on the more African American side, it's harder for African American women because there's these standards of looking, I don't know, it's more looking, I don't know the word that I'm looking for. There's a word I'm looking for, but I can't figure out what it is. But it's more looking like biracial, and that's a whole nother story for a different day. Plastic surgery in the minor doesn't affect people's brain. Right. But I'm talking about there's nothing wrong with getting plastic surgery, period. I'm not against it, but I do think that when you're constantly looking at yourself, even after you have plastic surgery, it's never going to be enough for you. You're always going to be trying to reach perfection, and perfection does not exist. It just doesn't. We look at all of these women in these magazines and we look at the Kardashians, they constantly have on a filter. You look in, what do you call it? That's what it is. In the African American community, it's more about looking racially ambiguous. Okay, that's the word I was looking for. But the point is that you're never going to attain that perfection. They always have filters. It costs a lot of money to look the way that they do. And it is. I agree, Heather. It's very unrealistic. And I feel so bad for little girls this day and age in this generation, because look at the women that they are idolizing. Look at the women that they continuously look up to. And that's why I say, make sure you're watching your girls. Make sure you're watching your boys. Make sure you're watching your boys to not end up with a woman like this. Okay? Because at the end of the day, looks are not everything. Okay? For one. And in my opinion, there has to be more brought to the table. If you're going to sit here and walk around and say that you only date rich Black men, well then what do you have to offer to that rich Black man? And if it's just your looks, to me, that's a problem. You should have something else more to bring to the table besides just your looks. Period. Yes, she's a cute girl. I think she was cuter before she got all this work done, just like people are telling her in the comments. Sometimes people go too far. And to me, she did. But the point is that what do you bring to the table? Are you educated? Because watching you right now, you don't seem educated. To me, she seems way out of Christian's league. He deserved so much better than a woman like this. There's nothing wrong with having OnlyFans and all of these things as your hustle, but you should also have something else to bring to the table, but besides a boob job and plastic surgery and constantly relying on your looks for income. And I'm talking about bringing something on the table like your brain and being educated and being able to stimulate somebody's mind. It's not all about looks. And whenever you're chasing just a woman who only has to offer looks, that's when you end up with the Jezebel, in my opinion. You have to be careful with the type of people that you meet because you don't know what their intentions are. And it is obvious that this woman definitely was out of Christian's league, in my opinion. He definitely deserved better than her. So there's no reason to watch any more of her. All she's doing is basically talking about her looks and all that kind of stuff. But my sister got plastic surgery after bringing up 4 beautiful bubbas. She said it made her feel confident again and just for herself, no one else. Exactly. And that's a good thing. You know, you want to get plastic surgery, get it. Like, I'm not saying I'm against it, not saying I would never get it. But I'm saying that I am not looking or trying to reach a level of perfection. If I want to get it, it would be for myself. It wouldn't be for nobody else. It would be to please myself. But I think a lot of women are getting it to please everyone else and to try to reach being like the Kardashians and having what the Kardashians have. And it's ridiculous in my opinion. And I'm very, very aware that perfection doesn't exist. Nobody's perfect. No matter how hard the Kardashians, how many plastic surgeries they get, how much work they get done to themselves, they're not perfect. They're not. They've been caught, you know, without filters, without makeup, and they look completely different. I know a couple women who had breast implants and some who had reductions. They did it for them, and still years later feel it was a good choice for them. But most people aren't like that. Exactly. Most people that I know that, or I have seen that have gotten plastic surgery, they get it for other people. They get it because they're trying to look like the Kardashians, or they're trying to look like basically the Kardashians, to be honest with you, or Nicki Minaj, or Cardi B. Like, Cardi B is the perfect example, in my opinion. Once you get money, like Cardi B, I thought she was so cute and has had the most cutest face. Now she looks completely different. Little Kim, she was beautiful. And look at her now. Like, I'm telling you, when you have money like they do, and you get plastic surgery, you don't stop because you're trying to reach this level of perfection, and you were never happy with yourself to begin with. If you're getting plastic surgery to a point where you don't even look like you anymore, you were never confident to begin with. The Kardashians don't look like the Kardashians. No, I thought Kim Kardashian was so pretty. She had this most cutest exotic look to her, and now she doesn't. She really literally got rid of all of those features that made her unique, that made her different. Now to me, she just doesn't even look like Kim Kardashian anymore, you know. And Kylie Jenner, I understand why Kylie Jenner may have wanted to get a little work, because look at her sisters. Look at Kim Kardashian. I understand that. I truly believe that Khloe is one of the most insecure of them all. She's gotten the most work done. And literally, it's just like, why? You know what I mean? Like, you're changing everything that made you unique and pretty. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, it bothers me so much, and it just bothers me for our generation. I feel so bad for little girls, and I think of Sparkle because I'm sure she has the most beautiful little girls in the world. But the point is that Sparkle is that type of woman that will raise her girls to know you are beautiful. You are beautiful, and every little thing about you makes you who you are. It makes you different from the rest. Okay. And it's what makes you beautiful. The different features that you have is what makes you beautiful. Yeah, that's why they call it keeping up with the Kardashians. And it's so cliche, but it's so true. So many women out there are trying to keep up with them. And it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Right. Khloe looked fine when she lost all that weight. She didn't need to do all that extra stuff. And that, oh my gosh. Right? It's so true. And it's just so disproportionate. Like, you look and you're just like, what the? Like, girl, bye. Like, stop. Just stop. Kylie messed her lips up, and Khloe, no, she looks terrible. I like Khloe. I liked Khloe before her surgery. Like I can see maybe she wanted to get a little tweaks here and there, but literally now it's just no. I think for Chloe, it was tough to always be the bigger sister, even when they would go shopping, she would have to shop in a different area of the store. I think that would really be tough. Absolutely. I think it would be tough, but I also think that she had a very unique, beautiful look about her. And I can understand very much. I empathize with her because I can understand. Look at who her sister is. Even with Kylie Jenner, look at who their sister is. So, and no matter what people try to say, most sisters, especially in that family, they compete with each other. So you have Kim K, where she's in every magazine, all of these types of things. So they're going to want to be like that, you know? And I just think that with Chloe, she always has been very insecure, but she lost the weight and she just didn't stop after that. Once she lost the weight, I don't understand why she just doesn't look the same to me. None of them do. None of them do. I'm not even trying to keep up anymore, anything except laundry and dinner. I'm a beautiful princess. Exactly. Facts. I tell them to say they love themselves every day and that they are Black girl magic. I went to the oldest one's head. She is obsessed with herself. And that's so good. That's amazing. And that's what I want to see. Like, I want to see more girls embracing themselves and embracing what makes them unique and what makes them beautiful. There's just so much out here to where, you know, girls are just being judged. They're being judged. You know, their hair isn't straight enough, or their hair isn't curly enough, or their lips aren't big enough, their nose isn't small enough. You know, it's just different things like that. Their skin isn't light enough. There's just all of these things that ruin everything about what makes women beautiful. And it becomes an addiction, just like anything else when you're getting plastic surgery and you have endless money and you just can't stop. I'm Latina Italian girl magic. Amen. Beautiful. Oops, use a C, not a K. Anyone else tell I don't want them much. I don't watch them much, especially when you are almost 40 and still have body dysmorphia. I know I'm beautiful, but it still catches me sometimes and I got to check myself. Everyone does. I do too. It's not easy. It's not easy when you're looking at other women and they're so beautiful, but I think, and even my age, I go on Instagram and can feel insecure for a minute, but then I have to snap myself back into reality and realize this isn't real. And for girls that are younger, they don't understand that. You know, they don't understand that this isn't real. So they're going to strive to get that type of perfection. But if I can go on Instagram and be insecure for a moment, imagine how younger girls feel. Men and women need to realize this is not the norm. This is not the norm. Exactly. It's not the norm. All of these things. Chris is the issue in the Kardashian family for sure. I've heard that. It isn't. Especially when you're... Oops, I read that. Chloe needed a mom who told her she looked beautiful the way she was. Exactly. They have and I may even do a video about this one day because they definitely have a lot of videos where Chris, their own mother, would say to Courtney when she was younger, she looked different. There was one time I remember she even said to her, oh, after she got her nose done and she lost the weight and she's doing great now. But those aren't the things that you say to someone who's younger. And Chloe was definitely the odd girl out of the family. You know what I'm saying? And I think she had a lot of pressure to look the way that she looks. So that's why I say I empathize with her. Absolutely. I definitely think that she has a lot of things going on. And it's no matter what she tries, she's never going to get to that level of perfection. I think Kim K already thinks she's perfect. For goodness sake, she has a fucking selfie book out there. Like, it's just ridiculous. I cannot wait until this whole keeping up with the Kardashians whole trend fades. Yes, they've done it. They've succeeded, and they've gotten the world, all of the little girls in the world, to look up to them and want to be exactly like them. But at the end of the day, I can't wait until they start fading. I can't wait. I got the curse of my dad. As I always say, I thank God for learning nose contour. Me too, girl. Me too. She does. Chris is obsessed with her looks, and she passed that on to her daughters. She did. She is literally definitely has a lot to do with why the Kardashians and why her daughters are the way that they are. I did not see Madonna, but even Madonna, like, it's even come to the point where women don't want to age. And it's like, sweetheart, you're gonna age. You're gonna age. It is what it is. There's nothing you can do about it. No matter how much plastic surgery you get, you're gonna age. Some age gracefully, some don't. And Madonna just, I don't even know what's happening with her. Like, I have no idea. This is their livelihood, and I can't imagine the stress they live with keeping this. I agree, Heather Smith. Dang, I wish they had filters for driver's license photos. Those are always horrible for me. So is mine. Mine are always horrible. I'm sharing this with both of my daughters. I have told them everything that you are saying their entire lives. Teaya, you are an inspiration. Thank you so much, Princess. That means a lot to me. I love you, girl, and I love your picture. Madonna is the same age as my mom, down to the day and year, and I can't imagine my mother doing that much work. Botox, maybe. I don't know what's happening with Madonna. Like, I don't know what's happening with her, but she just, like, literally, but I understand how hard it is for these girls, and I understand that. I just think it's important for us mothers to constantly tell them how beautiful they are. And I'm constantly telling my boys that it's very important to get a woman, to be interested in a woman, not just for her outer looks. It's important to look here, because at the end of the day, looks fade. At the end of the day, you want somebody who has a good personality. You want somebody to bring to the table the same things that you can bring to the table. Don't be with somebody that wants to be with you because you can bring more to the table than they can. Okay? That's just my opinion. I feel like they have to convince people it's really me in my driver's license. Just catching you're beautiful. I'm 61. Part of beauty also comes from within. I don't care for the Kardashians' looks. My brother asked me, is that normal to look like them? It's not normal. Not unless you have money. It's not normal. Nowadays, people care more about looks than morals and character. Exactly. And that brings me back to Courtney and watching that video. I think it's very obvious what this girl was into. Like I said, there is nothing wrong with having an OnlyFans. There's nothing wrong with having a social media career. I'm trying to do that. A lot of people are. I just feel like I get bad vibes from her character, the way that she acts. Most people that was surrounded around them said that Christian was one of the most nicest people that you would ever meet. And just watching her, you can tell where her mindset is. You can tell what type of person she was. You know what I mean? And I can't stress enough that it just seems as though he deserved so much better. Anytime you can go on a radio talk show or whatever and just be like, I only date rich Black men, the entitlement is out of this world. The entitlement is out of this world. And I just feel like she just seems like that type of person where like somebody had mentioned in here, and we're going to dive deeper into this next Thursday, but just like somebody mentioned earlier, she's already pleading insanity. So she did have some mental problems and things like that, which I do feel it's very obvious in the video we showed. Like, all she was really talking about was her looks and things that she needed to get done and her nails. Like, I'm just saying, like, what type of person? And there are some men who just look for a trophy girlfriend. They just want a girl that looks good. And I think it's important. And that's the way I am with my boys, to always, you know, of course, guys at certain ages, that's what they think about. But at the end of the day, I always tell my boys, be with a woman that has something to bring to the table just besides her looks. Something else. Education, intelligence, great personality, funny. I don't get any of that from watching her. All she was able to sit there and talk about is her looks. I was going to get my boobs done again. I'm wearing a filter. I did this. I lost this nail. And oh my gosh, talking about her nails for 10 minutes, then talking about her boobs, then talking about her butt, then standing up looking at her waist. And I know that that's part of her image, and that's what she has to do to promote herself, to promote her OnlyFans. She is successful, obviously. But the point is that you can still get on Instagram Live and show part of your personality if she even had one. Okay? Like, she probably didn't even have a personality. So I just wish that he could have had better for himself, because she just seems like the type of person, she just looks trifling to me. That's it. Right? Like, you can't get on there and just talk about something else. Like, talk about your life. Like, one person in the comments asked her, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Because your looks fade. And in 5 years, I'm sorry, the girl's 26 years old. She looks like she's in her late 30s to me. That's how she looks. You can tell. You can tell. Aging gracefully is not going to be on her side. It's not. But just like I've seen other people say in the comments, it's a shame, because she will go, if she goes to prison, which I hope she does, she better, but she needs to, because we all know she did this. She's going to find some man that is going to take care of her in prison too. I'm just telling y'all. That's what's going to happen. She's going to find a man that's going to take care of her in prison, put money on her books, and probably marry her in prison too. Because that's the way it always works. This case would not be talked about as much if she wasn't a blonde, pretty girl. But at the end of the day, she don't look 26. She looks way older than that to me. And somebody sat there and asked her, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Why do you think people are asked that? People probably asked her that because it's like, you're sitting here on an IG Live and all you're talking about is your looks and things that you need to get done, picking yourself apart, right? So in 5 years, when your looks start to fade, what are you going to do then? What are you going to do? Well, we know where she's going to be in 5 years now. But who would have thought that when she's doing an IG Live, that she would end up in this predicament? All I'm saying is that in my theory, I think she may have lost control in the apartment like she did on the elevator. And she probably didn't think that stabbing him here in the shoulder would have done that much damage. Do I think she meant to take him out? I'll just say take him out. Do I think she meant to? Probably not. I don't think that, obviously, that's not the first time that she's flipped out on him. Okay. But in the same sense, I think there's going to be a lot of things that's going to come out about maybe Christian going to the hospital before. This has happened before. It's another case too, where she stabbed her boyfriend. And it's actually almost the same situation. But what I do know is that she probably didn't think that getting a knife and doing that would have, because it's your shoulder. But there's main arteries in your shoulder, if I'm not mistaken. It's just depending upon, obviously, she stabbed him in a very fatal part of his shoulder, right? I don't think she meant to, but she has gotten away with these tantrums for so long. Exactly. I think she did another tantrum. Something happened. She got really mad at him, did that, and probably did not think that it was going to do that much damage. That's what I think. I don't I don't think she meant to kill him either, but she did. Exactly. Usually it will force somebody to do something more drastic. I agree. I read that she's going to be putting her eyeliner on in a color pencil. Yeah, she looks older than 26 in my opinion. She couldn't even answer that question because she has no goals or aspirations for herself. Exactly. Like I said, you can make a career out of OnlyFans, but that's more about your looks. That's more about, sex work, which I'm not against that either. But the point is that that's not going to happen for you in 5 years when your looks start to fade. There needs to be a plan B. There always needs to be a plan B when you're on social media. Okay. I don't care what anybody says because it's not always guaranteed that that's going to work out. It's depending upon what you're on social media for. And especially when it comes to looks fade. So there should always be a plan B. But if you're on here using your intelligence, and that's why a lot of people like Cece Sura, she used to do makeup. Jaclyn Hill, she doesn't do as much makeup anymore. She does more like inspirational videos and things like that because makeup is fading, you guys. I'm going to do a video about that too because the makeup world, okay, the whole beauty influencer, beauty guru here on YouTube, it's fading, you guys. There has to be something more to offer, something more to bring to the table. I think a lot of influencers ruined it, for the beauty world, but it's fading. It's not as popular as it once was. It's not as popular as it was 3 years ago. It's just not. So that's why another reason, not just because of Katie Joy, it's because I knew that I had a lot to say to the world. So, and a lot of people would tell me that I have a very powerful way of speaking. So I wanted to turn that into something because the makeup world is fading. It really is. I mean, I'm still going to be doing makeup on here, but not as much as commentary because I feel like commentary brings more to the table, in my opinion. OnlyFans was supposed to be switching to not allowing sexual content. Things change. Really? I don't think you can get PS or Botox in prison. Just saying. Exactly. Really, Teaya. Wow, maybe more health and mind wellness and skincare is a new thing. It is. Makeup it's not where it used to be. Makeup used to be popular, you guys, when Jaclyn Hill first started, when it was Tati, the whole Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson when they came out with the palette. And you guys remember Morphe. And it used to be huge. And now it's, especially here on YouTube, it's not as big. It's bigger now on TikTok and IG, and even in there, it's fading. More people are just not into the whole makeup world because at the end of the day, you guys, how much makeup can you have? Like I have a lot of makeup, and I'm not going to say I don't want more, but you can only have so much. And it was basically in the beauty world, I think it was all turning into money, and it was a lot of influencers were losing their passion. Okay. And that's why you see a lot of beauty influencers moving to like Jackie Aina, one of my favorite beauty influencers. She still does makeup, but not as much. She has her own candle business. I heard her candles were good, but look, I'm not into the luxury candles. Sorry. I will try to support Jackie Aina, but I'm not buying no $50, $60 candle. I'm just not. Give me a $20 candle from Bath and Body Works. I'm good. Or Yankee Candle. But the point is that a lot of influencers are finding other avenues because in the beauty world, things have changed, and it became more about money, and it became more about pushing discount codes, and it became more about trying to sell to their audience. And because of that, it's just not as popular as it once was. And it sucks, but it is what it is. That's what I heard. There was some news article about it that would lose them a lot of biz, but you never know, right? Exactly. Makeup is expensive, and nowadays I'd rather get bread, eggs, and milk. Amen. Amen. I like say candles, but nope, can't say I've spent more than 10 to 20 on a candle. I love candles too, but her candles, Jackie Ayana's candles are more luxury, and not saying that if I had extra money, I wouldn't buy one to support her, because I heard they're very amazing candles, but I'm good right now. I'm good. I'm not paying no $60, $70 for no damn candle right now. But in conclusion, we're going to continue to cover the story. It's really sad. My heart goes out to Christian Obumseli and his family. I'm praying for them. I hope that they find some kind of comfort in the fact that she is now arrested and she's not living it up somewhere in Hawaii, and that there is going to be justice for Christian, because he deserves it. I feel like he deserves so much better than her. And I'm going to try my best to find out whatever I can about Christian, even if I can try to reach out to the family, just to know his personality, who he was as a person, his memory, things about him that were funny. I want to find out a lot about him, because I think people are making it too much about her. And yes, there's more things out there about her, because she was, she was a social media celebrity, whatever you want to call it. But in the same sense, I do think that it's good to focus on him, not her. So we will continue to talk about this case. I did not think that this would be, all of you guys were going to like this. So I appreciate you guys for being here. I'm not really that good with true crime, but I'll get better. I love you guys. You guys are amazing. It means so much to me that you were here. Back to the regular business tomorrow. And we'll be talking probably about Kitty Joy. We'll see. But I love you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you to my amazing mods. You guys always rock. It's sad that her evilness is overshadowing. Exactly. And like I said, I don't think that people would be talking about this case if she wasn't a blonde, pretty girl, in my opinion. Thank you so much, stranger. Some makeup like foundation I will pay good money for, but the other stuff, I'll go to Walgreens. Exactly. I still love makeup. I still buy it, but I don't buy it like I used to, because I realized I was buying too much of it, because all these freaking influencers were pushing coupon codes and, discount codes. And then I was trying to keep up with everything so I could be able to do makeup and content. But no, after a while, I'm just like, okay, I got to bring something else to the table besides makeup, because it's starting to get too much. I think a lot of beauty influencers lost sight of why they wanted to do this, and it just became about money. And when it becomes about money, your passion gets taken away. You know what I mean? And you're more focused on that. Thank you guys. I'm so happy that you guys were here with me tonight. I love you guys. We will talk about this tomorrow. Somebody told me to Teaya, check out VBY Vendetta. It's my best friend's makeup and inspiration. She is a makeup artist too. But I definitely will. Thank you for telling me that, Princess Chicken. And thank you for coming. Thank you for being so respectful in chats. I love you guys so much. And we will talk about this next Thursday. And I will try to find out everything that I can. Yes, everyone is beautiful. You guys are all beautiful. Embrace yourself. Embrace who you are. Look in the mirror every day. Tell yourself how beautiful you are, because you are. And I love you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. back to business tomorrow. And anybody has anything to send me, send it on my email. Deuces. Love you guys. Bye.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding from the words I spit. So